On May 7th of 2020, I decided to go all in on e-commerce and print-on-demand dropshipping, which ended up being one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Now, despite many failures, I was able to find a way to beat the odds and grow a few successful online businesses. Since growing those businesses, I've learned that Etsy is by far the easiest platform for beginners to get started on for multiple reasons, and it can be quite profitable as well. Just from my Etsy shops, I've done over 2 million and counting, and that continues to be consistent and fairly passive income. Ladies and gentlemen, great businesses have to be built with great reliable tools and systems. And so today I want to share with you 3 tools that helped me turn my vision of becoming a digital nomad dropshipper into reality. Now, this first tool is designed specifically for Etsy, and it's called Allura. There's a lot of functionality that's hidden behind a monthly subscription, but there's also a lot of really good free features that I use and used before I could afford the premium plan. The first of these features is the best-selling analyzer. This is a one-of-a-kind tool that allows you to view top-selling shops across the entire Etsy marketplace. I can filter them out by category to view the top shops in the niche that I'm selling in, and then from here I can see all different kinds of information, like how much revenue the shop has done, how long they've been selling for, how many listings they have up, and how many monthly sales they're getting, and so on. I can also see the top trending shops, which are the top shops with the most amount of monthly sales, which is a super easy way to see the up-and-coming shops that aren't already at the very top of the ranking. But that's not all. I can switch over to the listing mode to see the best-selling products, and these are the top trending products by sales this month. And then once again, I can filter them out by category to find the top products in my niche. Now, just that feature is honestly plenty if you're just getting started, but if you do want more functionality, for just $20 or $30 a month, you can have access to all of the features. So when I find a shop or a listing that looks promising, maybe like this one that has done a lot of revenue, I can click on it to see more information about that shop. This gives me a full report on their estimated revenue, their shop stats, and their top listings, which again, I could filter if I wanted to. So I could filter these by the top listings for this month. Now I can click on one of those listings and it'll show me this little pop-up card on the left with the title at the top and then the tags at the bottom. Now if I click to view this on Etsy, I can view the real listing, which means I can check out their info cards and see more stuff like the fact that this listing was made with artificial intelligence. Then when you're already on Etsy, you can use the Allura Google Chrome plugin to check out the listing that you're currently viewing by clicking on this little button at the bottom right corner of the listing. And this will bring up kind of an info sheet at the bottom, which is useful for grabbing the tags for that listing if you're posting similar products for sale. Now, just paying for the shop analyzer and the Chrome plugin might not be worth it, but what could make it worth it is using the email marketing. Since Allura connects with your shop directly, they can read out all of the orders that you get and see the emails associated with those orders. Then in their email sender section of the Allura tool, you can choose to set up an order shipment or delivery confirmation or a review request email campaign that will automatically send to your customers when orders are moving around. This also allows you to build out an email list of your past customers, which you may or may not be able to use to run targeted ads once you graduate to Shopify. High-end email marketers can make $30 to $42 per $1 spent on an email marketing campaign. Like I said, I didn't have any money when I started out, so I just used the free version until I was able to afford it. But now that I can, it's totally worth it. Allura is not a sponsor of this channel, but I am an affiliate. So if you use the link from down below and use the code ALEC, you'll get an extra 30% off. Now, the tool that's made me hands down the most amount of money is a completely free program called Figma. It's one of the most essential programs that I use for e-commerce and all of my other businesses. It's like a design software whiteboard with all the important functionality of Photoshop or Illustrator in a program that's almost as easy to use as Canva. Now, specifically for the design aspect of print on demand, there's a ton of functionality. First, when I find a good idea, like a winning product on Etsy, I can take a screenshot of it and drag it right into an empty Figma board. And if I do this enough time, I'll have a huge list of successful listings. Now, as I mentioned in a recent video, I can take those listings and reduce them down into their core elements, something like this. Then I can take one element from each of those listings and make my own original listing. I can handle all of the designing in Figma, which is what I teach in my design tutorial, and I can even learn more advanced design skills when I'm ready. So I can install plugins from the top corner, like this Warp Tools plugin that allows me to bend and warp text. Or I can use the Iconify plugin to quickly grab hundreds of icons to use in designs. Once you're ready to do advanced designs and graphics, you can use a platform like FreePic to find all different kinds of vector graphics, and you can copy the SVG file directly from your browser and paste it right into Figma without any downloads or any kind of headache. I can make all kinds of masks and shapes and all kinds of different advanced designs all in one sheet where everything I need is all right next to each other. Since the designing software is more robust, by learning Figma, you're adding to your skill set as a designer and a marketer. You're not just learning some complex software. Figma also makes custom orders extremely easy to fulfill. What I do is import a blank mockup like this for the product that I'm selling. And then when someone comes along and buys it, I can just make their design right on top of the mockup. And this lets me take a screenshot and send it over to the customer to get confirmation before I go and fulfill their order. Now, if you're doing print on demand and selling text designs, I've also learned a new method for using Figma to do the mockups instead of Photoshop. So I can create a design template on one page and then modify it however I want and export it for sale so that I can upload that design to the product I'm selling. Then I can have a second page that holds all of my product mockups that I'm going to use in the listing. And you can link that design template to auto-populate the design on the mockup so that you don't have to run any scripts or use Photoshop or anything like that. These mockups are ready for you to select and export to be uploaded. If that sounds interesting, I'll make a new video covering exactly how to do it pretty soon. It's basically like a Photoshop replacement, completely for free. You can have unlimited boards, pages, and designs, and everything is stored in the cloud, meaning you can access it from any computer with your login and a browser, so you'll never lose your work. There's no subscriptions, one-time fees, or anything. It's just completely free, and by far my favorite program. Now, Figma is how I built the business. But to maintain it and keep everything running and managed, there isn't a program that saved me more time than Vela. It's a paid program, but it doesn't usually break the bank because all of the features that you need only cost $5 a month. In Vela, you can make profiles that are basically like listing templates that can autofill your listing info cards, your descriptions, the pricing, or any other details of that listing that you want to use over and over each time you post something new. This is super useful for uploading anything. Like if you have a digital product to upload, you can just use the profile, upload a new digital download, change the mockup, the title and tags, and you're done. On top of the uploading templates, you can also select multiple listings, as many as you want, and edit aspects of those listings in bulk. So if you need to change the shipping profile, or apply the same tags to multiple listings, or even change the description of every listing in your shop at once, you can do it all with the bulk edit. If you wanted to change the sizing chart of every listing that you have all at once, you can select them all and then just replace the second or third image of every listing within a couple of clicks. Then once your products are uploaded, you can use the copy listings feature to copy all of your listings from Etsy to Shopify, importing all of your pre-existing settings. For $5 a month, this is a no-brainer considering how much time it saves. Now, I couldn't end this video without talking about a little bonus that I use every single day, which is, of course, artificial intelligence. Now, I don't need to go into too much depth about how ChatGPT and Midjourney make my life substantially easier, but they absolutely do. ChatGPT is basically like having an assistant that can give you never-ending ideas and inspiration, and you can use Midjourney to make those ideas come to life. In Midjourney, for example, I can queue around 40 designs to print, all from a single prompt, with the correct aspect ratio, with all the details that I like. This only takes a few seconds to learn, and it's a massive time saver for making products. I can make designs that would work as t-shirt graphics, or art for mugs, tumblers, or pillows. I could even do what this shop has done to make some of their money by selling AI digital download graphics, which is even a little more passive than print-on-demand products. I've talked about these features before in depth, so I won't go on and on about them today, but they still deserved a mention. You can use all of these tools for free, but even if you paid for the subscriptions, it would still only be about $20 to $35 a month with the best plans. I hope this video helps. Hit subscribe down below, and as always,